Your wedges are arguably the most important clubs in your bag, but also among the most misunderstood. There's such a large variety of lofts and bounces and grinds for every wedge model that it can be pretty intimidating. Most of us, we need help from a professional, but most golfers don't even know what a proper wedge fitting should look like. So I decided to pay a visit to the Titleist Performance Institute in California, where many of the best players in the world go to get fit for Vokey wedges. And I was lucky enough to get hooked up with their PGA Tour rep, Aaron Dill, who took me through the same process that he does with the Titleist pros for the new Vokey SM11 line of wedges. So Aaron, what are you looking for at the basic level when it comes to wedge fitting?
So we have a philosophy here. It's contact, flight, and spin. If we can get the contact right, flight and spin will follow, right? But in order to find that perfect contact, which is on grooves 2 through 5, we need to ensure that we have the right loft, the right grind, and the right bounce to get that marking on the face more often. Once you find that spot, launch windows will go down or through the right windows, spin will follow, carry is consistent, and you hit better shots.
So you're trying to calibrate those 3 factors, basically, making sure they're all working together.
Yes, but you have to start with contact first. That's number 1.
So that's my job.
Contact's
my job. Okay.
Exactly. As we go through the process, I think you're going to understand why certain grinds don't fit as well as others, right? You're going to see launch windows go up and down. You're going to see inconsistencies. You're hitting your best shot when you're in the right grinds and bounces, so we're going to find those tools together.
All right, so what is bounce and grind in a wedge? Well, bounce is the angle between the leading edge and the bottom of the sole when the club sits on the ground. More bounce, it's better for soft conditions or players with really steep golf swings. Less bounce does the opposite. It works better on firm turf or tight lies. Grind refers to how the sole of the wedge is shaped. Manufacturers can remove material from the heel, toe, or trailing edge to change how the club sits and moves through the turf. That affects how easy it is to open or close the face and hit different short game shots because of it.
You want to hit some?
Let's do it.
Okay. So we're going to go towards this black flag in the distance, just straight ahead. How was that?
Yeah, that was great. Just trying to take a little off it because of that front pin. This is what I'm actually trying to do with wedges on the golf course, right? Like, I'm very rarely hitting a all-out, full swing, hard as I can, wedge in my hands. I'm trying to take something off it. I'm focusing on my shot making when I have a wedge in my hand.
And you absolutely should. I would encourage you to do so. One of the things that I love to share with players is this is not a distance club. This is a proximity tool.
Yes, yeah.
And so when we're doing a session like this and players are trying to swing hard because they're looking for a certain carry number,
right,
I'll often say your best shots come from 85% speed.
Thank you.
One of the key things that I look for, Luke, is launch. When we talk about contact, flight, and spin being the ways that we go through a fitting, if your contact isn't right, your launch window isn't right. And we typically see when somebody's misfit, they start striking a little higher on the face.
Yeah.
That launch goes too high, spin goes down, and carry shrinks. And then I tell you, you only hit that 121. What do? You swing harder. Then it goes even higher. So all this effort you're putting into the shot, you're not getting what you deserve, right? So if we spend the time to figure out what the right bounce and grind is, you can swing softer and more in control and produce that 125, 130 number that you're trying to get every single time. Think about this as well. Think about what that golf ball is going to do when it touches down on the green. In your mind, 125 to 130 yards is the distance you want this club to go, right?
Exactly.
If I have you hit it 125 yards and it spins back 12, 15 feet, you have a long putt now,
yeah,
right? That's not what we want. So we have to control that spin number as well. This is a big part of how we give golfers the ability to have more control of a shot like this where they know just needed to go that number and stay at that number so I have a short putt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So at 9,300 RPMs, it's golden.
That's golden.
Perfect. That sounded great.
Yeah, that was great.
All right, so we're going to move into the sand wedge. Tell me a little bit about why you use this. What do you do with it?
With my 54. So honestly, I feel like this one is everything between 30 yards, 60, 70 yards. You know, I feel like this is kind of my go-to pitch shot club. So I kind of want it to just get up there and grab on the second bounce. You know, those are the kind of shots I hit a lot with this club.
That was nice. Love that. Clean strikes. So one of the things that I look for with this particular wedge is it needs to be multi-purpose.
Yeah.
This is going to do some things for you that you may not understand yet. We're going to discover them together.
Cool.
All right, I'm going to grab something new. So you may not know this, we have 27 different options.
Woo.
And of the 27 different options, we have 4 different options in 54 and 56. When we sit around a table and we talk about design and we talk about how we're going to create the next best wedge, part of that is giving more options to more golfers, right? Not everybody plays in perfect conditions like TPI.
That's true.
They play in firm and soft, different types of grasses as well. And because of that, we need to come up with options that work beautifully with those conditions. I think one of the things that you value is you value forward bounce, meaning more forgiveness on the front. So when you are striking down on the turf on some of these longer shots, you're using the very front of the wedge, right? So we got to keep that high. The back of the wedge is where we have an opportunity to open up a few new doors of versatility.
Oh, felt good.
Oh, that sounded good.
The question is this the winner of the 27 different options?
That sounds so good.
After hitting full wedges and longer pitch shots to dial in my pitching and sand wedges, Aaron and I moved to the greenside shots with my 58 degree, a club that most golfers use a ton during a typical round. Go.
That's a great shot. All right, so I've given you 2 different options. I've given you the low, the T first.
Right.
Currently in the D testing this, and the first thing you said was, gosh, it's coming out lower.
Yeah, right.
Due to the bounce. Every time I increase the bounce a little bit, the strike is moving down the face, bringing the launch window down. So the grind is doing its job. All right, Luke, we're in the bunker. We found a handful of different grinds and bounces that we think are fitting most of the things you need, right? But this is one of those areas where you said, I'm not really feeling that confident here. So we're gonna see if adding some width is gonna be the key to making you feel more confident. Let the club do the work. We've got some width here, so if you're concerned that you're not gonna hit a great shot, you're equipped with a bottom that will create height and spin easily, and forgiveness as well. It's pretty nice.
Oh, all right.
Yep, I like that.
In the end, Aaron fitted me with 3 new SM11 wedges, lucky me, with the exact lofts, bounce, and grind that will help me perform at my best from the endless variations of short game lies that I'm faced with during a round. And you can too, if you sign up for a Vokey fitting at a pro shop near you. That was awesome. Details like this, they really matter, no matter what level of golfer you are.